You are listening to STR, the Sandy Times Radio, culture, music, and beyond.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Pulp Fiction by the Sandy Times, the only podcast where we get irrationally emotional about footwear and tell ourselves it counts as journalism. I'm Dara Morgan, chief editor at the Sandy Times, and I'll be your guide through the stories, scandals, and stilettos that made fashion history. Today, we are talking about the shoes that became legendary because of her. Their names go hand in hand. Enter Manolo Blahnik Hangisi and Sex and the City's forever main character, Carrie Bradshaw. A fictional writer with questionable financial literacy but an impeccable ability to convince entire generations that spending rent money on satin pumps wasn't just fine, it was aspirational. Let's dive into a story beyond this duet, which is actually much more solid than any of Carrie's men. Sorry, Aiden. Before we get to Hangisi itself, let's rewind, because Carrie wasn't obsessed with nothing. Manolo Blahnik Rodriguez, known as Manolo to us, was born in the Canary Islands, raised in the lushness of banana plantations and destined for architecture. Instead, he became the architect of arch support. By the 1970s, his name was whispered in chic corners of fashion capitals, a shoemaker for women who saw stilettos not just as accessories, but as extensions of their very selves. He wasn't chasing trends, he was chasing obsessions: velvet mules, sculptural heels, wild embellishments, and an unapologetic refusal to compromise beauty for practicality. Thanks, Manolo. By the early 2000s, Blahnik was the ultimate shoe star. He had his first ever retrospective at the London Design Museum in 2003. His creations turned up in Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette, those pastel confections that made Kirsten Dunst's Queen look like she'd just raided the world's most fabulous Le Duret. And then, of course, Sex and the City. No fictional character is as synonymous with Manolo Blahnik as Carrie Bradshaw. Across 6 seasons and 2 films, not even counting, and just like that, Carrie turned shoes into plot devices, moral lessons, and emotional support systems. Let's take a quick tour through her most Manolo-coded moments. The mugging. Carrie wanders into the wrong New York street and finds herself at gunpoint. The thief doesn't just want her bag, he wants her Manolos.
Please, sir, they're my favorite pair. I got them half price at a sample sale.
Thanks.
The thief takes them anyway. Honestly, one of television's most brutal heartbreaks, and no man was even involved. The urban shoe myth. While visiting Vogue's accessories closet, Carrie stumbles upon a pair of Manolo Blahnik Mary Janes.
Manolo Blahnik Mary Janes. I thought these were an urban shoe myth.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
It's the fashion equivalent of spotting Bigfoot in Louboutins. The baby shower registry. After losing her shoes at a friend's no shoes inside baby shower, Carrie tries to get reimbursed, only to be met with scoffs. Her solution? Registering for a pair of Manolos at the boutique.
The fact is, sometimes it's hard to walk in a single woman's shoes. That's why we need really special ones now and then, to make the walk a little more fun.
A sharp commentary on how society celebrates traditional milestones like babies or marriages, but not fabulous single women with enviable footwear collections. The proposal. And then, the ultimate Manolo plot twist. In the first Sex and the City movie, Mr. Big proposes to Carrie not with a diamond ring, but with a blue satin Hangisi pump.
See, this is why there's a diamond. You need to do something to close the deal.
A shoe so sparkly it temporarily made us forget that Big had abandoned her at the altar an hour earlier. Still, television history was made. Across these moments, Manolos weren't just props. They were shorthand for who Carrie was. Independent, indulgent, slightly delusional, but undeniably fabulous. Now that we've seen Carrie build the mythology, let's zoom in on the actual shoe. The Hangisi was born in 2008, the same year Beyoncé was telling single ladies to put a ring on it. Manolo, however, put a buckle on it. Inspired by Giovanni Baldini's portraits of 19th century society women and a dash of Marlene Dietrich in The Scarlet Empress, Blahnik designed the Hangisi as a modern echo of European court shoes. the ingredients. Satin in every color shade your bank account warned you about. An almond toe for elegance. A 105mm heel because compromise is for flats. And the pièce de résistance, a crystal-encrusted brooch of 144 Swarovski stones. The name Hangisi literally means "which one" in Turkish, which feels ironic, because once you've seen them, the only question is, which one of my credit cards can I max out? The Hangisi was an instant hit. It rolled out in over 100 fabrics and shades, denim, gingham, lace, even a Manhattan map print for the 10-year anniversary. Flats, boots, mules, dosses. Basically, if Cinderella could dream it, Manolo had already made it. The Hangisi fame outgrew even Carrie's wardrobe. First, brides everywhere claimed them as their something blue. Olivia Palermo wore them in midnight satin at her 2014 wedding. Lady Gaga wore white Hangisis at Patrizia in House of Gucci. Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, chose an emerald pair for her first official portrait with Prince William in 2022, because nothing says royal legacy like a satin pump with a rhinestone buckle. Celebrities from Rihanna to Emily Ratajkowski to Naomi Harris have been spotted in them, proving they are as versatile as they are impractical. And for collectors, one woman confessed to Manolo that she owned 55 pairs. He thought it was obscene. We think it's just enough. Here's the funny part. Manolo never set out to make an icon. He once said, "It's torture. It's a horror story. It just goes on and on." Still he admits. The Hangisi has touched women all over the world. It's a shoe that can go forever. And frankly, that's true. It became more than fashion. It became a language, a glittering dialect in which love, lust, and lifestyle all translate to the same phrase: in satin we trust. And that's the story of the Manolo Blahnik Hangisi, a shoe born from art, crowned by HBO, worshipped by brides, and reluctantly accepted by its creator as the icon it is. Thanks for listening to Pulp Fiction. Next week, we'll trade satin sparkles for something a little more understated, but no less legendary. Tune in for the Chanel two-tone sling bag, Coco's 1957 symbol of chic and timeless elegance. Until then, keep strutting, even if you are barefoot.